Hello, 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 Leo. All right. So, this is your June 2023 Lenormand reading. Um, let's begin. Okay, so at the very top of your reading, you are beginning something, you're starting something. There is some sort of confusion about some sort of commitment, or there's the parameters of a commitment, or what's the word I'm looking for? Promise, commitment, agreement, contract are blurred. It's as if you are not getting very clear on when to start something or how to go about starting something. There is this other element of striking gold in some sort of way, like hitting the nail on the head. Um, in regards to some sort of contract. I mean, this could be first timers luck that this is talking about, um, in terms of some sort of commitment or agreement. Um, but there's something here about wanting to make sure that there is something is aligned so that whatever quick um, action that needs to be taken will be spot on. There is some sort of aligning to get a certain target. There is a target point that you're going for, and you're not sure if you can see exactly where that spot should be, where that point on the map should be, in order to get something. It's as if you are afraid of hanging a picture on a wall, Leo. It's like you're you're not really that good at that, or you're not really into that, or it's the first time you're hanging a picture in your apartment, right? You're afraid of putting the nail in the wrong spot or doing it wrong. It's like, but you end up doing it right anyway. There's something about this here. The first row down kind of bugs me a little bit. A child could be sick. Um, it would probably be like a cough, or there's something here about sick from smoke inhalation, or sick from some sort of toxic fumes of some kind, because I have the snake with the clouds. It's something toxic, it's something that you can't see. um, it's unforeseen. It's definitely unforeseen, especially with the snake and the clouds knighting the clover at the end. It is unforeseen. However, there is something lucky about it, or there's something there's almost like a silver lining through this cloud of toxic smoke, or whatever the hell it is. It could be pollen. It could be pollen from a tree that's just the body isn't agreeing with. I mean, pollen isn't toxic, but sometimes it feels like it is to our bodies, right? We could have an allergy to something. So there is some sort of reaction to something that is kicking up in the air, or it could be from plants, with a child. It could be pet dander as well, just because the mouse is there and the hay is there, and they're all kind of like talking to each other. This is also, I said the striking gold thing already. This is also like getting a tattoo, or not knowing not being sure of what you're aiming for. But this can be indicative of getting a tattoo with the symbols that are touching each other here, speaking to one another. There's something that is indicative of the long term. So you could be confused about what your purpose is in terms of your life, in terms of your long term goals. This confusion, however, is there's something sort of lucky about this. I can't help but feel like this is a really weird reading because in the center we have the solution. We found the solution to the problem, Leo. And it feels like there's like more bad cards than good cards. I have every shitty card in the entire spread pretty much here, right? Except for the whip. I have the scythe, I have the mouse, or the mice, I have the snake, I have the clouds. I mean, those are crappy combos, just crappy. And they're all kind of touching each other in one way or another in a small reading like this. So, I'm trying to think of like, so the snake knighting the scythe is really not good. It's like poisonous and dangerous, right? This could very well be about smoking as well, because it is something that causes toxic fumes, technically, right? That affect the health in some sort of way. However, so these toxic things that are in the air, right? That are smoky, that are in the air, something about the clouds. There's something here about them being too tiny. So this could be germs. It could literally be talking about a type of virus or a germ. A child could get sick with a cold or the virus or something. But it's just like, or you could start to have some symptoms of this. So it could also be mold. It can be mold spores. Okay, so with the way this is ending up, it's like something small or something that starts being annoying, right? And that ends up being toxic. Something small that ends up being more of an entanglement and more of a mess. It's toxic and in the air, and it is the it is the solution. It is the answer to your health problems, really, because we have health and the problems of health, right? So health is having problems right here with the snake card. So, I mean, granted, there's beneficial. There's something that could go in a better direction because the snake isn't after the tree, but there's something troubling about our health, or it could be a troubling thing for our health, right? So there's this kind of, also there's this creation story kind of mention here, which is really weird because I have the snake in a tree, and that's like forbidden knowledge, right? The snake is also forbidden, so it just could be something that is a no-no, right? Taboo. Confused about what's the taboo-ness. There's something that's unclear about why something is taboo or why something is not good for you. And you don't see you haven't seen the answer, or the answer is unforeseen. And I don't have any mystery cards other than this can also be a mystery. It's what we don't see too. So there's some sort of, this can also be something that is kind of, it's like the devil, you know, like the snake that you can't see. It's like almost talking about it in a magical, kind of phantasmic kind of thing. Toxicity that you can't see. It's mold. It's so a contract to cut away something is good. So this could be a mold problem in your house. I don't see that there's any like water like involvement here. Like if I could see, okay, there's water in the clouds card, never mind. But like if there was another card to indicate water, I'd be like, okay, so then it's mold, right? There's something here where there's mold and they find it. There's like a pinpointing of where it's coming from, and then they remove it. Something toxic in the home is causing someone to be sick. It's an allergy, or it's so there's a process or a deduction of what's going on. And so you find, it could be a pet even that's getting sick. There's something here about getting to the bottom of things, getting the answer that's causing, any troubles within the health, and getting healthy again, getting back in alignment with oneself. And there's also temptation here. I'm going to read it like a temptation. There's some sort of, somebody's not sure they want to start a commitment. They might be unsure about wanting a commitment. However, they do favor in some sort of way this relationship or this contract or something in some sort of way. There could be something kind of annoying that is like a labor pain or a labor of love or something that's tedious or annoying or taking away from, that is painful. Something that they're taking away from this is painful, or something, it's pain, the taking away process is painful. So there's something here where there's a removal of something that is painful. So they're maybe afraid of losing the relationship if this is a love situation, but they don't know how to commit or want to commit fully. Might be nervous about commitment. And then in this final row, there is some sort of deception over the course of a lifetime, or there is some sort of lie about wanting a family, or this is like desire, and sexuality and being taboo. And this is also the other woman as well. So baby mama drama maybe involved in a situation. Maybe that's why there's a hesitance to commit. There's toxicity within the family. This could be like literally a toxic family. It also could be that there's some toxic behavior within the family due to mental health issues, or there's like, see, the thing with the snake is it's toxic, but it's it can be kind of malignant and just not very nice, deceptive on purpose, and calculating too. So there's something tricky about the snake, but it's more malicious than if it's coming out in that way. And because it's so close in knighting both the scythe and the clouds, it's dangerous. Whatever the snake is, it's dangerous and it needs to be removed. It's toxic to breathe in. There's something in the air with it. It's also causes anxiety in some sort of way. Something is either a gas leak or some sort of spore in the air, or maybe breathing in smoke, or I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it's something about it is not good. Something that is being breathed in is not good for somebody. It also could be causing spots on the surface of the skin, I want to say. Yes, because here, okay, it's causing breakouts. Something is causing breakouts with the snake in the tree, having to do with the skin health of the body, and then the clover is the blemish, it's the spot, it's that unforeseen thing that's come up from the surface. And here we go. Here's that. Then it comes to a head, right? It gets big and round and gross, and then you release it. Then you pop it and take it away. So there is something here about something that's kicking up, something toxic. And this could be literally a family dynamic. This could be a physical thing in your life. I mean, this can apply anywhere. This can be in a relationship. Something's kicking up that's toxic and needs to be dealt with. I see that if you deal with it quickly and I think more of a gentle approach than being like you can still be quick and gentle about something. You don't have to be like, whoosh, you know? Yeah, whatever it is, it's like a life cycle thing. So it might be mold. I'm really thinking that it is like some kind of mold or mildew or some sort of buildup. An allergy may be developing for somebody. Now, the start of, for the long term, something is a long-term commitment as well. So that's why I got the tattoo thing that came through. Like, there was something about some commitment to something long-term that made me feel like it was a tattoo. Excuse me. This could also be a long-term commitment to your health. I don't know if it would be like dialysis or something that you have to do for the long haul with your health. I know certain procedures need to be upkept after a certain amount of time. And that might be what you're confused about committing to, why you're confused about committing to something. If there is any kind of procedure that would require maintenance, you're like, oh my God, am I going to be able to commit to this for the long haul? So there is almost this poison that is the answer to, or the solution to, a pairing of sorts. There's like poison that is toxic but also medicinal. It's very interesting how this is coming out, because the snake is like that forbidden knowledge. Like there's something forbidden about it. Why is it forbidden? Because it's dangerous, right? There's something dangerous about it. So it's also fear. The snake is fear. Being afraid of what you don't see, and then being able to see it and getting the reveal. It's something unforeseen that's scaring you or that's bothering you. But it ends up being sort of lucky in the end for some reason. There's a solution, and then it's like a promise to cut something out. The beginning of a depressing relationship, or beginning of a confusing relationship, or confusion within a relationship. Maybe there's stressors, and maybe something is taken away from a promise, or there's like naggy little things, just annoying things about commitments, and unforeseen commitments as well. I think you're getting annoyed during this period, Leo, because there's a lot of commitments that are being made for you that you didn't know were a part of the whole game. You're not seeing the whole picture. Someone is not letting you in on everything. It might be a little bit deceptive on purpose. It's what you're thinking. So there's like a backing out of a promise is the answer to something, maybe. Something starts being really annoying and deceptive, or really annoying and like evasive, or elusive, and you end up finding the answer in your family as well. So if this is a health issue that's been evasive and you can't quite put your finger on it, you end up getting some answer through your family or your genetic line. There's something here about either starting some sort of DNA legacy commitment of like looking into that, committing to looking into that, and you find something, you nail something on the head, or there's a committing to stay a family for the children, or there's some sort of unforeseen deception, toxic behavior, or there's some sort of the snake and this could be anxiety that stems from like fear, phobias, things that aren't there. So this can also be mental health in terms of hallucinating, any kind of hallucination that would fall under mental health, promises that are taking more from you than they're giving. And the answer, there's something here. No matter what it is, Leo, you find the solution, okay? It could start off as a commitment thing or promise, And by the end, whatever is toxic ends up being a fortunate circumstance, or there's an unforeseen deception or toxicity or something that. This is also Lucky Charms as well with the snake and the clover. So there's some lucky charm. There's some, like, it could literally be a jewelry or something that you find, because the clover can be something you find in the ground. It's lucky you stumble upon it. You might win it in a toss or some sort of game. There's the beginning of, it's like a rough beginning. It's like an unsurety. Starting something, being unsure, but committing to it anyway. Then there's some annoyances or some little problems that are taking away from the situation or annoying, end up being quickly cut out or cause severe loss. There's like something that's being taken away completely. It seems like that might be the solution or the answer to it. And then there's like this kind of forbiddenness, a legacy of being forbidden, or temptation of some kind, a legacy of temptation, and something lucky with that or unforeseen with that. So there is some sort of growth that comes from this confusion. Someone might have been deceiving you, and that's why you felt confused. They were trying to confuse you. There was an intentional. The snake can be also intent, like having intent to do something crappy. So there's like this intentional, planned, calculated, sly approach. It's also literal snake bite, like the snake, the clouds, and the fang here. This is like poison delivered by a fang, poison delivered by something toxic. And the tree can be about health, but it also can be about long-term anything, you know. This can also be about something that promises danger, unforeseen. So it can be like anything about something on the news with some kind of war stuff on the news, anything like that. The snake is calculated. It has tactic, you know. It's intelligent as well as the fox. The fox is more just a well, the snake can be a smoocher as well. They're very deceitful, the snake. The fox can be too. He can be manipulative, but I feel like the snake is more deceitful when it's badly aspected. So something lucky, there's this lucky kind of annoyance or a lucky loss of some kind. So it might be annoying, but you might just quit smoking. You know what I mean? Like that could be literally what it is. It could be a fucking really annoying, and you end up quitting smoking, and it ends up being a good thing for you, an unforeseen good thing for you in the future. I also can't help but feel like we're talking about the future here because of the way the clover and the tree fall. It's like we're not quite there yet. Might be repeating history a little bit. We might be going back in time a little bit. Or skipping a generation here. So maybe there's been fear around some toxicity, something that's inherited in the family, and there is no need to be fearful because it skipped a generation. The snake can literally be like anything wound up too. So something might become tangled and messy. There's like this could be literally like combing your hair, like, or having like something get tangled, or having a knot, a muscle knot, or something like that. Something that needs to be, maybe it's a knot in your back and you need to have it ironed out. Maybe there's like something that needs to be drained. Maybe there's a cyst or something. There's something that is like, this is also like starting like a mouse and a snake. Like that's the snake's food, right? We give snakes mice to eat, right, when we have pets. So I feel like the start of having a pet that's maybe more exotic. I don't know. Maybe it's a cat and mouse game with a relationship, if we were going to look at it from a relationship standpoint. Maybe you're confused about commitment and somebody's always chasing somebody, and someone's the prey and someone's the predator, and you're just sick of that kind of, or you're confused as to like what you want, what's to be promised in this situation, what's promising in this situation. Troubles are our woes are answered with, the solution is to cut something out quickly. Just cut it out. Cut the toxic behavior out. Could literally be smoking, because I have the snake in the clouds and the clover and the tree and even the ring. It's like the width of it. The width of a cigarette. I got a random question for you guys. What kind of birds are these? Can you see? No. Maybe you can't. Well, on my screen you can't see, but maybe it's recording anyway. I don't know. I feel like these are parrots. A macaw. That's a strange, like. Yeah, I think it's a macaw. I just noticed that for the first time. Something about copying. There's something about mimicking or. The beginning of a commitment to your health. I really do think this is about like cutting out something that's toxic that's not good for you anymore. Somebody in a relationship can make that commitment to you, but they're afraid initially this period to like try because they don't want to disappoint you. The mouse would definitely be like disappointments. And the clouds can be also depression and sadness. So just keep an eye out for like any troubles along the way. Um, there's something little and like it's like annoying that it's like one of those things like somebody trips and falls and lands on $100 bill or something. There's something annoying like that, or like you drop your ring down the drain and somebody snakes it out and they snake out like two rings and it's like a huge rock on one of them bigger than the one that you have. So it's really interesting. I don't know what the heck that is about. This could also be a trap for a mouse or a pest. You might live in an area where there's poisonous things, poisonous animals. And so they're around your house and your family, so you set traps for them, which is actually a good thing cuz you don't want to get bit by any of these things, right? Not the lethal things. So, yeah. There is a solution. You have the answers this month period, Leo. Whether it's your health, whether it's um, wildlife around you, your relationships, you have the answers. So they come to you. The answer might come really fast to you too. It might be like a really like boom, like I know what to do in regards to whatever is coming in. All right, Leo. I hope you have a great month of June, and I will see you in July. Take care. Bye.